the Iowa Film Program was put on hiatus due to an investigation in how that program was being managed, but I understand that suspension has been lifted.
The suspension has been lifted in terms of the companies that have come to the state of Iowa and have legally and ethically used that tax credit to get set up for their film projects. So it's been lifted for those that have been we did due diligence, looked at them, they've spent money in Iowa, they've hired people in Iowa, and they're developing a product in Iowa. What we're going to have to do is walk through all tax credits and make sure that the tax credits are performing as we had hoped, as we had indicated in legislation, and we'll have to make sure that we have someone in place that will do their due diligence for all the tax credits. The film tax credit, there's the good chance it may go away. It may become a hot potato for politics, or what I'm hoping that we sit down and have a real honest discussion on what was abused, what was misused, but what was used and brought business to the state of Iowa.
What were the true benefits?
What were the true benefits? And I think we have to look across the board at all tax credits and do that. I support the tax credit system, but I strongly support a review of all tax credits. And we have to look at two issues, whether we cap them or sunset them, because many of our tax credits don't have sunset dates. They run for a long period of time. And we have to look at the number of jobs recruited, recruitment of jobs and retention of jobs in the area. The film tax credit, the ball was fumbled. And what we need to do is take a look at that and see, was someone overeager to get those tax credits out there? Were they truly shortchanged in terms of personnel in the office to monitor them? Or did we really have people that came to the state of Iowa knowingly and willingly misuse the system to get some of our taxpayers' dollars? Because that's what they are, they're taxpayer dollars. And if there's an investment, we certainly want to see a return on them.
Or a combination of those things having gone wrong,
yes.
Which seems like that might be the direction that's heading. So let's take a look at 2010 going forward, your most important legislative issues. What are the most important things on the table for you going forward?
Well, it's one of those years where I have my top three, and the voters have their top three.
Sure.
And number one is a good match. That's the economy and the budget. We will take a look at that and try to strike a balance, because the governor's initiated across the board 10% cut, a 10% cut, but we also have to look at our priorities. We can't lose federal matching dollars. We don't want to lose any of the initiatives that we're looking for to make our area grow. One in particular is rail. You know, the rail between our community and the Quad Cities and onward to Chicago, and the rail between here and Cedar Rapids. Do we put that totally on hold, or do we move forward? What do we do in terms of cuts to the university? Do we do across the board, or do we look at matching funds? And we have to set the priorities for those cuts. Everyone will feel some pain this year. Everyone. We don't have the federal stimulus dollars. The Revenue Estimating Conference has determined that we will be $500 million short of a status quo budget. So no matter what we do, that's where we're sitting right now, is $500 million that we're going to have to cut from the operating cost of what we have right now. So that will be number one. Two will be continuing the Rebuild Iowa. Even though it's sometimes easy to forget, not so easy if you're a family who's lost their home, or someone affected at the business level or work level, but we need to remember there's quite a bit of infrastructure needs that need to be met over the next 3 to 5 years. And third one that I'm very interested in is the adult stem cell research. Ellen Moy out at the campus in Oakdale has every day a new development, helping young people and helping people save lives, attacking diabetes. This is new for research and development for the adult stem cell. It is less politically adversive, but I hope that it has some of the medical miracles in the near future that we hope all kinds of stem cell research hold for us.
Well, that would be wonderful, and to have it come from the state of Iowa.
That's what's exciting.
And right here in our
right
backyard.
here. And in fact, where I live in Coralville, literally and figuratively, it's my backyard. So I'm very proud to say it's there with the research park.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add in looking towards 2010?
Well, I think what's very important for 2010 is that we hear from people. And that's, I'll admit that at the state legislative level, there are many good ideas. But sometimes, or most of the time, these ideas come from constituents. They come from people who watch programs as we're doing today and say, I have an idea for budget cuts, or I have an idea of how to help the economy, or how to help families that are struggling. And those ideas are very often put in legislation. And so even though our names are on that legislation, I wish we could actually give recognition to the people who deserve it. So this year, more so than ever, we're asking for people to call us or send us emails at our state legislative site. Both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party have their websites, and there's a spot to click on, says your suggestions. And we welcome suggestions to either site, because the idea is to combine those ideas. So that's what I hope to see, is a number of ideas from our friends and neighbors. And believe me, we look at every one of those ideas and we respond to them.
Well, thank you so much, Representative Jacoby, for joining us on Coral Vision today.
Thank you for hosting today's program.
And we're going to put some information up on the screen so that you can stay in touch with Representative Jacoby so that your voice can be heard. Thank you so much for watching Coral Vision. Happy 2010.